All right, thanks everyone. As introduction, I just wanted to remind everyone why we're here. Humans have altered the surface of the Earth and have continued to alter the surface of the Earth in profound ways, and that through interactions with our scavenging for food, fiber, water, energy, clean air, biodiversity. These changes impact the sustainability and provision of ecosystem services and our livelihoods. But so the study of this, right? The study really requires a synoptic view, right? It requires remote sensing in many perspectives, and so remote sensing offers that perspective. But at the same time, it's a highly technical field that requires constant advancement. We need to be on the cutting edge and looking at how we can better our understanding of the remote sensing technology and how to link it up with field measurements and information that we collect from people and in our communities. So it's always advancing. Why are we here? Well, we're here because we are very lucky that the NSF has funded a program for the Airborne Observational Platform, which is the state of the art and is now freely available to all of us. We're going to try to put this to work to understand how to use it to study socio-environmental systems. So the data's there, it's being collected. Who's going to use it, right? Are we the people? Are there just going to be individuals who have particular expertise and are sort of a tight-knit group, or will it be a diverse group of scientists who are interdisciplinary and are studying these things in collaborations that are extremely effective? So this workshop is a solution to these problems. It's meant to bring us together to study how possibly we can use the network of AOP observations across the country to study socio-environmental systems. And I really am thankful that you all came today to study this problem with us, study the opportunities and the challenges, and to put some things down on paper that we can communicate to the community, the broader community, about what we think the potential is here and what we can do going forward. So to get started, we're going to do participant introductions, right? And so I'll start with myself. My name is Andrew Elmore. I am a professor at the University of Maryland Center for Environmental Science. I'm a landscape ecologist. I have used remote sensing data in my career to study these things, the changes in the Earth's surface, using remote sensing to study the functioning of the landscape, of watersheds. And that has led me to work with a wide variety of people and use a lot of different technologies. I'm also interested in the cycling of nitrogen globally and how rising CO2 combined with longer growing seasons has influenced the availability of nitrogen to terrestrial ecosystems. I'm floored by the diversity and expertise in the room. This is really special. Welcome to the conference. I probably could have had our title up earlier, but let's look at some of our goals for this. The first goal is to expand the NEON AOP user community, right? And this is done by expanding the number of people who understand what the data capabilities are and what's being done with them and how to do it yourself if you so choose, or at least to find the people who can do it to work with them, right? This expansion happens today. It happens this week. I really encourage everyone. You've looked at the agenda. There's a lot of time for discussion and for breaks out here. We're going to have lunch together every day. You can go out and have dinner together. Really, everyone needs to talk to everyone else. Make it a point to make sure you have a conversation with every single person in the room. It's going to require some interesting math and multifactorial analysis, right? But you've got to do that because you don't know where your future collaborators are until you've talked with them. And there's such a diversity of people in this room. I think we've achieved our first goal, which is to get social scientists and physical scientists, remote sensing experts all in the room together. And so that's the first step here. So we're building these networks. A big part of this is garnering some feedback for Succinct. How can we do this better? How can we do more of this? So as you go through the week, think about what's working and what isn't working. Think about things that you need to get your work done. If you have a big idea that involves synthesis of a socio-environmental system that involves neon data or neon AOP data, and there's some roadblock or whatever, try to articulate what that roadblock is and what Succinct could do to help in terms of programs that we could have here that would help move this forward. Okay, so we've articulated two overarching questions that we want answered this the next 2 days. We want to know, what is it about the AOP that enables the study of socio-environmental systems? Now, this could be mechanistic things about the fact that the data is free and it's available to you, right? But more importantly, it's questions, it's statements about what the measurement can be made, like what measurements can be made with these data. I think that there's people in the room who probably would like to know if a certain measurement can be made, right? The technology is fresh enough and it's new enough and there's enough things going on, enough moving parts and different methods that is definitely possible. There's things that this technology can do that we don't know about yet. And there's experts in the room who are pushing the envelope there. So let's talk to them. Let's bring people together who have measurement needs with people who have measurement skills, and let's get those things to happen, okay? But there are certain limitations to its use, right? And so we need to articulate those because they may be, we don't want the same things to keep people to butt up against the same roadblocks, but we also want to look for solutions to those limitations. And so we have to articulate what those limitations are so that we can fix them, if you will, or attempt to anyway. So there are two kinds of things that we can do with these data. One is a case study using one site, one image. There's lots of data and information, things you can do in one location. But a big goal of NEON was this concept of scaling up, right? If you distribute sites across the country along environmental gradients, it allows you to fill that sort of parameter space, and in whole, using the entire network, you could learn something about the functioning of ecosystems in the United States. And then, if you could tie those things together with remote sensing data, scaling from the site to the AOP footprint to maybe Landsat or some other continental scale observation, we should be able to build understanding, expand it across the country, and make observations that are somewhat universal to our country, right? This was the vision. Can this be done for socio-environmental systems? That remains to be seen. We need to ask the question, is it possible, are there opportunities for scaling socio-environmental systems up from these AOP footprints to the national scale? So those are our two overarching questions. We'll tackle the first one in breakout groups today, and the second one in breakout groups tomorrow. We'll also have some activities later today that will help you sort of start to see who's doing what and how to bring these things together. But the more that everyone's focused on these concepts, the better chance we'll come out of this with a coherent picture, a coherent statement for how we feel these data can be used in socio-environmental synthesis.